Well, hello and welcome to Geordieland 1892. Well, Saturday's early kick-off. I hate early kick-offs. So Newcastle get a 2-2 draw down at Ellen Road in the sunshine. The sun did shine down there, didn't it? But probably shone a bit more on Leeds. The way I look at it was 2 points dropped for Newcastle United. In all honesty, I'm sure Sam Allardyce and the Leeds United supporters will be very, very happy with that point. Even though they did need 3, it was survival against Champions League quest, wasn't it? And to be honest, I did say it in my video before this, that I honestly did think it was imperative that Newcastle scored first, just to try and knock a bit of confidence out of that Leeds team. But that didn't happen. Just 6 minutes on the clock and Leeds United scoring. It was poor defending, really. Bamford's cross and Rodrigo getting his header in. A great save by Nick Pope, which he parried it out. But Aylan, unmarked, slotted it into the back of the net. Our back four just stopped completely. They just completely watched what was going on. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying that the defence haven't been playing as well lately, and they have conceded in the last 8 games, to be fair. I think our defence was overachieving earlier in the season, but I do think that fatigue has a massive part to play in what's going on at Newcastle United at the minute. Yeah, even though Newcastle had major part of the possession, I thought at times our passing was a little bit sloppy here and there. Leeds did manage to disrupt our ebb and flow, and they managed to disrupt our rhythm as well. I think one of the big problems for us was when we were getting into the box, we were getting up the field quite well, but we just didn't seem to know what to do with it once we were kind of in sight of goal. Now, obviously, Leeds could have been 2-0 up, couldn't they? Joe Linton with a horrendous challenge. I don't know what the hell he was doing. It was reckless, and he gives away a penalty. And luckily for us, Nick Pope makes a great save. I know a lot of pundits said it wasn't a great penalty, but, you know, when you're between the sticks, the size of them goals, any save needs to be applauded from a penalty spot kick. And I thought Nick Pope was brilliant, and he saved us. He really did save us, because if we'd gone 2-0 down, I don't think we would have got back into that game. 2 minutes later, Isaac is brought down in the box. He's racing into the box, and it was a stonewall penalty. Callum Wilson executes it fantastically. And yeah, it's 1-1. But, you know, all the time in that game, I don't know about anybody else watching it, but my nerves were just shaking in that game. We didn't look to be at the races at times. Now, obviously, it's 1-1. Second half, we come out. We do start a little bit better. And, you know, there was lots of incidents around the pitch, and I'm sure you've all seen the highlights if you didn't watch the match. But, you know, eventually we did go 2-1 up. Another penalty, I don't know what Junior Firpo was doing. He decided that for a second he thought he was a goalkeeper, reaching his arm up to the sky. It did hit his hand, and we got a penalty. I think he was just terrified that Isaac was lurking behind him and frightened he was going to get a header in, but he panicked. And to be honest, we got our goals because of Leeds' defensive panic. And Wilson stepped up again to the spot, cool as a cucumber, the Iceman, and he put it straight down the middle. It was a fantastic penalty. He took it really well. Callum Wilson, 17 goals, never missed a penalty for Newcastle United. Testament to him, fantastic. We thought we had a third. Isaac breaking through, it was a great ball, and he basically squares it to Alan St-Maximum, who's now on the pitch, him and Gordon coming on for Almiron Wilson. But it was offside. Suspect defending, and Leeds get an equaliser. Christensen smashing the ball, and it hits off Trippier, hits his head, and it deflects in. Pope no chance. I think if he hadn't have deflected off his head, I think Pope probably would have saved it. But I'm not criticising Trippier because he had to get his body between that ball and between that and the keeper. But you know, at the end of the day, it was very unlucky for Trippier. But I think that we had another penalty when Gordon went down. Great ball in from Bruno, wasn't it? But it was a free kick on the edge of the box. It didn't amount to anything. And for me, Gordon didn't play very well. And nor was I very impressed with Joe Willock. I thought he was quite selfish at times. I thought there was a lot of times that he should have laid the ball off and he didn't. So I thought he had a poor game, to be fair. Now, obviously, when we got that free kick, when Gordon went down, obviously Firpo, he got sent off, didn't he? But at the same time, there was a terrible incident in the sense that a so-called Leeds supporter, I'm not having a go at all Leeds supporters because he was one out of all of those people there, but he did manage to get into the manager's technical area and he blatantly just walked up to Eddie Howe and he gives him a push and he gives him a lot of nasty verbal. The look on Eddie Howe's face was, I mean, the surprise and probably the terror, basically being confronted with a fan in the technical area. Where the hell were the security? It was absolutely disgraceful. It was actually the coaching staff that managed to kind of push him away until the security got there. Too little, too late, really. It could have been. If the guy had a knife or he'd been armed or even just started, you know, hitting Eddie Howe, it could have been a really bad situation. Eddie Howe did say that he couldn't repeat what the fans said to him, but what an idiot, man, what an idiot. He's now barred for life, and rightly so. He should be barred from going to any football match, in my opinion. There will be charges pressed against that man, but like, what an absolute moron, you know what I mean, to do that. And I just think it's unacceptable, really. I think it's unacceptable for any club. If it was any manager, I would be saying the same thing. So like I said, 2 points dropped at Ellen Road. It was a game that I really did believe we were going to win. I knew it would be a tough game. I didn't think we were going to win easily. I thought they were going to make it hard for us. They did make it hard for us. And like I said, 2 points dropped. Now, I did mention before, I wasn't very impressed with Willock. I wasn't very impressed with Gordon. Our defence at times, well, you know, like I say, I'm not sticking the boot in on them too much, but, and I know it's been a very long, hard season, and, you know, they've played really, really well. What they've done this season is phenomenal, and, you know, I think, like I say, there's a lot of fatigue in the team. Bruno is carrying an injury, and he's still doing quite well, but, yeah, I just thought all round it was a bit poor. Almiron, for me, wasn't very effective. He was getting up and down that wing, but not really making any use of the ball at times. The Wilson-Isaac situation, I don't think that Isaac is very effective when he's out there on the left, when he's on the wing. I think we've got to play one or the other, at least start one or the other, and then maybe if both of them are on pitch later on in the game, it could work. I really don't know how you make that work all the time, but I do feel as if Isaac poses more of a threat in open play, and I think he would be better in a central position. Joe Linton, well, I'm not going to get stuck into him too much either because he is playing out of position. His challenge to give away the penalty was wrong. It was bad decision making. I think he could have handled that better. I think he could have muscled Firpo away from that ball. I really do. I don't think he had to dive in like he did. But, you know, we're all human. We make mistakes. But like I say, he is covering a position that, to be honest, Longstaff has made his. And you know what it is, Sean Longstaff, we're missing him so much. We missed him against Arsenal, and we really missed him yesterday. I mean, it's just one of those things. We've come to this part of the season. You know, he does do some dirty work for Newcastle United, but I tell you what, it's just proven how much we need him at this moment in time. Brighton demolished Arsenal. yesterday at the Emirates to finish Arsenal's title hopes and dreams. Brighton were phenomenal. They looked brilliant yesterday, and that's our next game. We've got them at St James's Park. They've been great all season. Maybe lost their way a little bit at times, but you know, Brighton are going to be tough opponents. Now, obviously, Arsenal was a massive game. Leeds was a massive game. This is a colossal game now. We're looking for those 6 points to get us Champions League football. Manchester United winning at the weekend. Liverpool play tonight. They're snapping away, biting at our heels. They want Champions League football as well. It's kind of got me pretty nervous now, I have to say. And like I said, Brighton are going to be massive opponents for us on Thursday night. I think we really have to try and reset. I think we need to be sharp from the start, and we really have to work hard if we're going to get a result against Brighton. Obviously, the 12th man will be so important at St James's Park. The atmosphere we're going to have to generate is, you know, we're going to have to really make that ground rock on Thursday night and make it difficult for them. Like I say, they played some great football yesterday, and they've scared me. They really have. So Newcastle are going to have to be on their game to beat Brighton on Thursday night. On the Monday, we take on Leicester City. Again, at St James's Park. They're massive games, but this game against Brighton has become colossal. Really has. I was a bit disappointed with the game on Saturday, to be fair. I think you can hear it in this video. But I'm just hoping that Newcastle United come out with a different mindset on Thursday night. Now, listen, this is all I've got to say. I will probably do something before the Brighton game, a quick video. But for now, this is all from me, the keeper on Geordieland 1892. And we'll speak soon. And look after and all the best.